Good morning to all of you, and warm welcome to the first lecture of Geographic Information System subject. My name is Senani, and I'll be tutor for this subject. We have a dedicated Moodle website for this subject where you can find more information about the recommended textbooks and the assessment procedure. Alright, let's start the first lecture. Before we go through the contents, please feel free to ask any questions during the lecture. It is important to clarify the things while we proceed through the lecture. So, aim of this lecture is to introduce the basic principles of geographic information system and the learning outcomes of this lecture. So that means at the end of this lecture, you should be able to briefly describe the historical development of geographic information systems, define geographic information system, describe how GIS works. Let's move to the history of GIS. Mankind was very interested about location of Earth over the years for navigation, and there is a long history of using analog maps for this purpose. However, with the time, more needs arise, and to meet these requirements, more sophisticated system is required compared to analog maps. This is mainly associated with the management of both natural as well as man-made resources. So, this leads to development of geographic information systems. This started in 1950s with the first automatic cartography, which is known as sometimes computer-based cartography. And in 1960s, world first geographic information system started in Canada, which is known as Canada Geographic Information System. And in 1970s, activities in universities started, mainly in Northern America and Europe, related to GIS algorithms. And in 1980s, with advancement of personal computers, data structures, and data modeling techniques, commercial geographic information systems were started. For example, famous Arkinfo software was actually started in 1980s. 1990s is a very important era for geographic information systems with the introduction of new science branch called spatial information sciences. With this, spatial database of 3D GIS, web-based GIS or internet GIS was actually started. Classic example for web-based GIS is Google Earth. Alright, let's see what is GIS. GIS is a computer-based system that provides set of capabilities to handle georeference data. So the important phrases that you should remember in this definition is that it's a computer-based system, provides set of tools or capabilities to handle georeference data. So important concept is that in GIS, data is considered as georeference. We look at what is georeference. Georeference means any object on this earth has a unique address. So we'll go through more details about this concept later in the third lecture related to mapping coordinate systems and projections. So this GIS system has an input system that is to input the data, then the data storage system, then the manipulation or data analysis system, and outputs are generated. These outputs are used for the policy decision making purposes. Alright, let's look at how GIS works. So GIS stores information about the real world as a collection of thematic layers, which is linked with the geography. Let's discuss this concept using this diagram. So, in geographic information system, aim is to represent the complex real world inside a computer. For example, if you look at outside this classroom, you can see that there are different types of buildings belong to different schools, and you have like parks, then you have agricultural land, and you have roads. So, aim of geographic information system is to represent this complex real world using a thematic layer approach inside a computer. So we take one area of interest at a given time. For example, we can take land parcels and represent as a layer, a digital layer inside a computer. We can take district boundaries or administrative boundaries as a one layer and represent as a layer within the computer, digital layer. For example, we can take road network as a line network within a and then represent it within the computer. Likewise, we can simplify the complex real world and represent it within the computer. So this is a basic concept of geographic information system. With that, I'd like to conclude today's lecture. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. You can reach me through my email or you can raise the questions in Moodle website. Thank you very much for your attention and see you guys in next week. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.